Hi everyone, my name is Jamie Butler. I am a medium and Erik Medhus' spirit translator. Erik Medhus is here with us today, and he wanted to introduce his second book, My Life After Death, by answering questions from the bloggers, Channeling Erik family, and viewers. All right, Erik, let's begin. So our first question is from Susanna. She asks, why did you need to communicate from the afterlife? I wanted my family and friends to know that there was no true death. That after death, it just didn't end ashes to ashes and all that stuff. It was important for me for them to know that life goes on. And I wanted to create that new relationship with them. Because since my family didn't believe in a lot of this, I had to use some tactics. My pranks. Okay, he calls them his signature pranks. In the process of doing that, he said, his mom and him created such a great relationship that she started to want to share with others about her experience with the afterlife. And in building this Channeling Erik blog with my mom, as she discussed what her loss was and how her grief was processing, and this whole new concept of communicating and having new relationships with your loved ones, started helping other people grow, change their perspective, heal. He goes, I can't tell you how many tears we've saved by just explaining that there's this whole other way of looking at death than what your culture tries to teach you. He said, so overall, Susanna, I decided to communicate from Afterlife because I found that not only did it help me, it helps my family, my friends, and all the people on earth who are dealing with death, loss, and separation, because those are illusions. Why should we not be afraid of dying? Oh, it's from John. Okay, he says, what up, John? Why should we not be afraid of dying? He goes, okay, let's really look at your question first of all. The word that sticks out from him is afraid. He said if you're using the word afraid, then obviously there's some kind of fear, which makes it hard for you to put love into it, which probably means that you've got some kind of mystery or you don't understand it. So he says, when we have a fear, it's normally because we can't connect to it. And a lot of what your culture has taught you is that death is not acceptable, or dying is painful, or dying is somehow associated to failure or loss. He goes, it's not. It is a transition. There is no loss or failing. It is a transition. He goes, are you afraid from transitioning from your bed to your feet every morning? Nah, you shouldn't be either. He goes, I wish death had that same kind of acceptance and ease in our culture. And he goes, that's my whole purpose for writing the book, is just showing you that life does go on. Okay, Erik, is there anything that you want to say about your death in suicide? And this is a very unique name, so I'm going to say Mike. He usually has a very playful, sassy energy, but sometimes he gets very grounded and very wise. And these are one of those moments. And he's talking about his death and his suicide. His choice for death is what he likes to call it. For me, it gave me an answer. It resolved my inner needs that I couldn't find in my environment. I couldn't find it in human connections. He said, for me, it was an answer. And he said, for me, I don't have any regrets. Again, Erik is being very calm, very centered. Erik wants everyone to know that he's not condoning suicide, but he is behind supporting how precious life is and how valuable, and that every life has a purpose. And part of his purpose was to have the strength to choose to take his own life. Everybody should have the right to live their life the way that they want. And Erik really wants to be a spokesperson for that. And he's reminding everyone that we're emotional beings. And that the biggest purpose for having this gig called life is to support your emotional needs. Yours. To know what they are, identify them. And another deep wish of his is that we all honor what everyone else is feeling. This world needs a lot more compassion and understanding than what it has right now. And he really hopes to be bringing that to us. He hopes that helps. He's very excited about this book, My Life After Death. He says if you've ever had an experience with death or transition of a loved one, he goes, yo, that even means your pets. This is the book for you. He said, see ya. Peace out.